Slum, and my Tiger Talk today will be about dance. So dance is commonly perceived as only a performing art, but what I'd like to impress upon all of you is the concept that it's also a sport, it's a language, and it's a way to impact the lives of others. In 2009, I was fortunate enough to be chosen to go on a cultural exchange to China with 14 other dancers. And on one of the days, we all traveled to Xi'an, where we visited a dance studio that specialized in traditional Chinese dance. Naturally, none of the people there spoke any English, and we didn't speak any Chinese, so we just kind of assumed that we wouldn't be able to communicate in any way. However, this changed completely when some music was put on and we were told to get up and just dance with one another and just kind of feel it out. But what we realized was that in that moment, we could really understand each other from a cultural standpoint and just understand them as individuals that much better without saying anything at all, just through movement. We were able to communicate. And I think in this moment, we realized that we had just broken the language barrier. Just as we communicate through speaking and with our hand gestures, we can communicate effectively just through our body. But dance isn't just any normal form of body language. It's unique in the sense that we can really influence everyone's emotions and their interpretation of what we do. And what's really neat is how every single person will get a new feeling or a new idea from what we do. They're going to have a completely different interpretation than the person sitting right next to them. However, they will only have this reaction by watching dance if the dancers put in all the emotional and physical power behind every single movement. And that's why we train and train and train and train constantly all the time. And that's why I believe that dance is also a sport, is because we do put in so much effort and people don't always realize this. So I'd like to take a moment to compare dance to just sports in general and kind of see where it overlaps and where it's the same. So first of all, as a dancer, I rehearse and take classes anywhere from 2 to 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 depending on how close to a show we are. And I know from other athletes that this is pretty similar. It's a pretty big time investment. It's a lot of work. Also, we look for a lot of the same qualities and characteristics that conventional athletes strive for. So we want to have stamina, power, endurance, forcefulness, and just kind of, a sense of confidence that we need to be successful. And another similarity, unfortunately, is injuries. Dance is a very physically demanding activity, and we get shin splints, pulled muscles, tendinitis, stress fractures, the list goes on. But people don't normally think of dance in this way because it's always oh, you look so pretty, let me turn around and pretend I'm a ballerina. But it's there's so much more to it than just that. And I also believe that dance is much harder than other sports because we have to look graceful and pretty the whole time. We can't just walk over to the bench when we're tired or we're hurt. We have to just keep pushing on, no matter how much pain we're in or how tired we are. We just have to keep the same smile on our face and continue to tell the story. Even though we've been dancing for 20 minutes straight and we can't breathe, we have to pretend that everything's great and fine and I can feel my body even though I can't. So yeah, and we always have to give 100% no matter what, because if we don't, then we risk losing that connection with the audience, which is kind of the whole point of performing for people, is we want to make a lasting impression on them and give them this gift of movement and whatever they take out of it. And that is the gift, is that we can help them, or help provide an emotional escape for the audience. We can help them realize something about themselves they didn't acknowledge before. We can just provide an opportunity for them to just kind of escape. And on that note, I like to perform for you guys just a quick little piece, and I hope you enjoy. A way to express myself. Movement, passion, and energy. Happy, free. powerful, light, sharp, and of course fierce. So I hope that by seeing me dance up close, you're able to see that I'm sweating, I'm breathing hard, I'm fatigued, and that it's a pretty tough thing to do, and that it's pretty physically demanding. But I hope that you all were able to appreciate something, connect with something, find some meaning in what I just did for you. If you did, then I know I did my job right.